are the supplies to make our cone trees, and we're going to use poster board like this ones. We're going to use ribbon. We're going to use those stars. We're going to use twine. We're going to use nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use pip berries. We are also going to use tape and shells and our hot glue gun.
Hello guys, my name is Kiki and let's jump into today's project.
Now to make our cones, we're going to take one of those poster boards and we're going to measure it in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Make a triangle. Cut those flaps of the triangle. And then we're going to start rolling it on itself. But first, I'm going to get a little bit of tape and save it on the side of my table for when I get my cone. And this is what I was telling you. We're going to wrap it around itself and then we're going to add the tape. In the description box down below, I'm going to leave you a link to my friend Jessenia's channel and also to her video so you can go and see how she explained it, because I know I didn't do it justice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a little bit more tape and just secure that cone like that. We're going to make 3. One is the big one, and this big one I want to make it out of ribbon. And for that, I'm just cutting some ribbon, and I'm using like 3 to 4 inches of ribbon, and I'm going to cut a lot of those pieces. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a strip of hot glue, fold it in the middle, glue it together, and set it aside. And we're going to do lots of those. And we're going to continue doing that because those would be around our tree. So we're going to do a lot of those thingies, loops. And then we're going to add hot glue to those loops and we're going to glue them to our tree. And I'm starting in the back part because if I don't get them to go really nicely together, that won't be showing. So we're going to continue just gluing them together like so. And in the bottom, you can add some of that ribbon and cover the bottom part, but I decided to add another row below this one. So we're going to continue just gluing them. And now I'm gluing them in between the first 2. Let me show you. In between of those, and we're going to continue gluing them until we cover all of our cone. Just like that, we continue gluing them. We're going to cover our cone like that until we reach the top. And now that we have reached the top, I'm going to cover the tip of that with a little bit of that same beautiful ribbon. And I'm just gluing it all around the tip of the cone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of those loops and I'm going to glue one in the front like that and one of them in the back. Just like that. When we have it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a star that you will see now, one of those stars, and I'm going to cut the top part. I'm just measuring it so I know how I want to place it. And then I'm going to cut that part with my pliers. And just like that, we have a beautiful metal star that we will add a little bit of hot glue and glue it to the top. This is how it's looking. You can stop here, but you know me, I have to go extra. I don't have a pipberry garland in white, so I'm just making a shellberry garland. I'm just trying to recreate the pipberry garland by doing it on twine and using this small seashells. Yeah, I know. I'm extra just like that. Too extra. And I'm gonna continue gluing my shells to my twine until I reach the end of the twine. If you have the small pipberry, cute pipberry garland in white, just go ahead and glue that one. But I had to improvise. Now I'm just gluing it around the Christmas tree, and I just think this adds beautiful touch to this awesome ribbon cone tree. And look at that, it's looking beautiful. And that will be it. After you finish with that, that will be it. A beautiful Christmas tree. This is part of the Ultimate Christmas DIY Decor playlist hosted by Natalie Callahan from Design to the Nines. In the description box down below, you're going to find the link for her channel and also for the playlist for this awesome challenge. For our rope cone, we're going to use a cone, the medium one, and we're going to use rope and pipberry, and we're also going to use a star. First thing, we're going to start in the top, and this was a mistake. So start in the bottom and you will have an easier time doing this. But I started at the top, and you will see the struggle was real. So I'm going to add hot glue and wrap around my rope, and as you will see in a couple of seconds, my rope will start flying. It will become undone and I will have to glue it again. There, you saw that. And we're going to continue wrapping after I solve that issue. So we're going to continue wrapping our rope all around our cone just like that. Then we're going to take the second rope and we're going to continue where we left off. And these two ropes weren't enough, so I will be a little bit creative and you will see it a little bit later how I solved that issue. But for now, we're going to continue wrapping our rope around our cone. And now you will see what happened here. I don't have any more rope of that nautical rope, so I have to be creative. And my solution was mop strings. Yep. That's the way to solve it. And I'm gonna add hot glue and I'm gonna glue a couple of strings on the bottom, and I think that added a little bit something extra to this cone because that mop looks beautiful. So we're gonna continue wrapping it around until we reach the bottom of our beautiful tree. When we finish, we're gonna glue it seamlessly. So we're gonna cut it, and as you can see, I just push it down and you can't see where the mop stops. Now, I'm gonna take this pipberry garland and I'm gonna measure how much I need for my tree. And as you can see, I just wrapped it around my tree, my cone tree. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the excess of that pipberry garland, and I'm gonna start gluing it on the top and then wrapping it around tightly, not too tight, but tightly. And we're gonna add hot glue and we're gonna press it down so we have it secured to our tree. So we're gonna continue doing that until we reach the bottom of the tree. And for that, when we reach that bottom, we're gonna add a little bit of hot glue, press it down, and we will have it nicely decorated. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add one of the stars, and I'm gonna use the black one, and I'm gonna cut the top, add a little of hot glue, and that's it. For our last cone, we're gonna use the smallest of the cones, twine, pipberries, and we're gonna use a star. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start gluing in the bottom a line of hot glue, and being really careful because hot glue and fingers, they just don't get along. And we're gonna continue doing that and wrapping that twine around the bottom, and then I'm gonna continue wrapping it around my cone and adding a little bit of hot glue here and there. We are gonna continue, and I'm gonna show you a better way to wrap the twine. I just want you to see how the twine starts to look when we are wrapping it. But after I show you this, I'm going to show you the best way to wrap your twine around the cone. And this is it. You just need to go around your cone just like that. And you just go until you get to the top. Then we're going to continue wrapping until we cover that tip of that cone. We wrap that twine around and then we cut the excess. Glue it and really carefully, glue it really nicely. Then this is how it's looking. Now we're gonna take the pipberry garland and we're gonna measure how much we need, being careful that we don't push around our twine too much. We cut the excess and then we're gonna add a little bit of hot glue in the top and we're gonna start wrapping it around and adding hot glue here and there to secure our twine. Our garland. And we're gonna continue wrapping it around and adding hot glue, and in the bottom what we're gonna do is the same. We add a little bit of hot glue and then we're gonna add our star and double it. And this is how all of them turned out. As you can see, we have the twine one over here. He's so cute. And here we have the rope one with the little bit of mop twine or strings. And over here we have the ribbon one of my favorites. This one, it's just beautiful, and that garland just completed it. Look at that, it's perfect. And here you can see all of them. Remember that in the description box down below I'm gonna leave you the link to Natalie's channel and also for the playlist for this challenge. Go and check her out, and also check out the playlist because I know you'll find lots of beautiful inspiration. And if you like this one, hit the thumbs up. If you love it, subscribe so you can keep on watching these type of videos. Take care. Bye-bye.